August 2011, 180 watts, Tamil Nadu. Start. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to thank you at the outset for the opportunity given to me to participate in the general discussion on the budget. I do not want to go into the detailed allotment of funds to various departments because it would be a waste of time and energy for me as well as the other honorable members of the House. I think it would be good to deal with the major policy of the government which should be adopted in future for the welfare of the state. The field of education can be divided into three categories, namely primary education, school education and college education. In all the three fields, there is shortage of qualified and talented teachers. The shortage of food and clothes for the large population of the country can be easily understood. It depends upon the production made in the country and also the forces of demand and supply. The salary of teachers has been raised in recent times, but there is a feeling that it has not been raised in proportion to the rise in salaries in other fields. As a result, the talented men seek employment in other fields and take up teaching profession only as a last resort. The salary of teachers should be raised too much such an extent that it compares favorably with the salaries in other fields so that the teaching profession may attract the talented and meritorious people. One other difficulty in the field of education is the lack of sufficient equipment by way of building accommodation. There was a suggestion by some honorable members that the number of students to be managed by one teacher should be increased. I am of the opinion that the better course would be to introduce the shift system so that another shift of boys might also receive education without the necessity for construction of additional buildings. I find this shift system works successfully in certain institutions in the state. If the shift system is introduced in all the educational institutions as a matter of principle, the lack of sufficient accommodation can be solved to a very great extent. The government should come forward to take a bold decision in the matter. As the honorable members are aware, our country is mostly an agricultural country. Most of the population depend on agriculture for their living. Water is required for success in agriculture. The government should provide dependable irrigation facilities to the farmers. They cannot depend upon the monsoon to a great extent for commencing their agricultural operations. If the farmers are given liberal assistance, they may be able to dig bore wells which will supply them water without fail. In this connection, there is another problem. They have to use electric pump sets to draw water from the bore wells. The farmers find it difficult to get electric supply connection for their wells. Even if they are able to get connection, the supply of electricity is not regular. With irregular supply of electricity, the farmers are not able to take up agricultural operations in a regular and successful manner. This naturally takes me to the functioning of the electricity board. Of course, all the honorable members will agree with me when I congratulate the board on their achievements. I do not see any reason why anybody should find fault with them for not having made use of the resources available. On the other hand, we are able to see that we stand first in the whole country as far as hydroelectric development goes and as far as the use of electricity for irrigation purposes is concerned. There is also a sizable increase in the total number of consumers. We stand second in the whole country in generation of power. In these circumstances, I thought that everyone would be glad to congratulate the board on their great achievements. The expansion of power has been greatly responsible for the lift irrigation in villages. At present, we cannot think of life without electricity. We are all aware that it is not merely the luxury of the rich but the necessity of even citizen. There can be no life without electric light or fan for even middle class people in the country as a whole. I have no doubt that we can be proud of our achievement in the rural electrification scheme. I am only sorry to state that it has not been possible for us to achieve the provision of uninterrupted power supply. I therefore want to stress that the board should take necessary steps to strengthen the transformers so that the continuous supply of electricity may be ensured to that extent possible. We are happy to find that our rural electrification scheme has proved successful and that the villagers are able to enjoy all the facilities available in the towns and cities. Power cut was also referred to by some honorable members, and the hope was also expressed that it would be eliminated in due course. I have my own appreciations. The vagaries of monsoon will have to be taken into account when we hope to achieve this. I agree that we have to cooperate with the government and see that all the restrictions are observed. I would like to appeal to all the concerned to observe absolute economy in the use of electricity. With these few words, I resume my seat. Stop.